We saw Ayara using Silky's powers to save Okarun, which led to a rather awkward situation as Okarun lost his clothes, leaving Ayara absolutely thrilled. Now let's continue. The aliens, impressed by Ayara's powers, decide to attack her and take her reproductive organs for their experiments. While Ayara fights bravely, poor Okarun is still busy looking for his clothes, but with no luck. The aliens wreak havoc, completely altering the classroom while Ayara struggles to fend them off. Okarun, determined not to let any girl face danger, even in his current state, tries to intervene. Just as the aliens corner Ayara, Okarun transforms again, but the aliens use their psychic powers to stop his transformation and paralyze him. They send more aliens to finish him off, but Okarun, like a true protagonist, refuses to go down. With a badass punch, he surprises everyone, including the aliens, who are left wondering what just happened. Of course, Momo arrives just in time to help, and Okarun, overjoyed, shouts, "Momo, darling, I missed you." But Momo, seeing Ayara transformed, is both shocked and angry. Ayara, despite her dislike for Momo, agrees to team up to protect Okarun. However, this unexpected alliance distracts Momo, weakening her psychic powers, which allows the aliens to regain control and block Okarun and Ayara's transformations. Meanwhile, one of the aliens uses his banana, yes, the alien banana, to power up another teammate, causing him to transform into a stronger version of himself. The powered-up alien begins to attack Ayara and Okarun, but Momo regains her focus, blocking the psychic powers and allowing them to transform once more. Together, Okarun and Ayara fight back using a strange yet hilarious dance-like fighting style that even makes Momo jealous. Just as the tide turns, the school begins to fill with water, and the walls transform into liquid. Momo realizes that the giant Godzilla-like alien from before has returned. As everyone scrambles to escape, Okarun gets excited, marveling at the new sight. But the Godzilla alien, furious at its comrades for failing, starts attacking them too, cutting their payment down to 50%. Okarun and Momo flee, but Ayara gets trapped underwater by one of the punch-throwing aliens, whose powers increase tenfold in water. The group hatches a plan. Okarun, using Turbo Granny's powers, will attack at full speed. However, Turbo Granny never learned how to swim, making the plan useless. The punch alien continues his attacks, forcing Momo to distract him while trying to rescue Ayara. Okarun insists on helping, even if it means endangering himself. "I just want to be useful to you, Momo," he says, holding her hand. Despite her frustration, Momo comes up with a new plan. Combining their powers, she uses Okarun as a makeshift speedboat to rescue Ayara. They manage to save Ayara, but not before Momo removes her own clothes to reduce water resistance, leaving Okarun in an even more awkward situation. Meanwhile, the Godzilla alien, now merged with the punch alien, gains immense power and launches a devastating attack. Ayara, using her hair powers, immobilizes the alien long enough for Okarun to charge and deliver the final blow, tearing the alien apart. Finally, the group returns to their world, only to realize they're now completely naked, hugging each other in the schoolyard. The entire school sees them, causing the trio to panic and run for their lives. They've now earned a new reputation, but not for the right reasons. At the school nurse's office, she questions the trio about why they were running around the school without clothes. She reassures them that if anyone bullies them, she's there to support them. But the group, obviously, can't explain the truth about aliens attacking them, fearing they'd be labeled crazy. Before things escalate, a grumpy old man arrives, calling the nurse away, and the group is left alone. Momo and Ayara are mortified by the situation and can't figure out what to do if the aliens continue targeting them. Okarun agrees but points out that the aliens are after him because of Turbo Granny's powers. Momo then asks Ayara about her powers, and Ayara explains how she unlocked them during the fight, believing that she was chosen by God. Okarun starts to realize that Ayara, too, might become a target for the aliens now. Ayara, however, is lost in her own fantasies, thrilled that Okarun seems to care about her. Momo asks a valid question. If the aliens want spiritual powers so badly, why don't they attack ghosts directly? This sends Okarun into theory mode, and he explains that ghosts might be the reason aliens haven't taken over Earth yet. Despite their advanced technology, aliens might not be able to defeat ghosts, who act as Earth's protectors. The aliens, therefore, focus on studying special humans who possess ghostly powers. Okarun also theorizes that the aliens might have his remaining family jewel, so they need to find it quickly. Ayara and Momo agree, but are distracted again by their embarrassment over the school seeing them without clothes. Ayara, ever resourceful, comes up with a plan. She and Okarun will claim that all of this was Momo's fault. Surprisingly, Momo agrees without much protest. Ayara's classmates soon show up, blaming Momo for Ayara's situation and whisk Ayara away, leaving Momo fuming. Later, she confronts Okarun about why he was on top of Ayara earlier. Okarun sheepishly explains that Ayara forced herself on him, causing them to fall. He also confesses that he was training in secret to become stronger and impress Momo. Flustered, Momo teases him about his honesty, and the two share a shy but sweet moment, only to be interrupted by their nosy friends. Meanwhile, Ayara starts to feel conflicted when her classmates begin blaming Momo for everything. Frustrated, she reveals the truth to the class. All the rumors about Momo were started by her, and Momo had nothing to do with her situation. Leaving the class, Ayara regrets ruining her popularity. Momo, who overhears this, assures Ayara that she believes in her innocence, but Ayara admits to spreading the rumors herself. Suddenly, the injured boxing alien from their previous battle appears, recalling memories of his child as he collapses. Feeling pity, Momo takes him home to convince Grandma that aliens truly exist. Grandma, however, mistakes the alien for a mythical creature called a Kappa. As Okarun tries to explain that Kappas might actually be aliens, the alien wakes up, ready to attack again. But upon realizing that Momo treated his injuries and brought him food, he apologizes and swears never to harm them. The alien shares his tragic story. His planet is a war zone, and he couldn't save his wife due to financial struggles. Now his son is gravely ill, and he's been wandering in search of a job to pay for his son's treatment. Hearing this, Okarun gets emotional and offers to give him his family jewel. Momo tries to reason with him, pointing out that the alien's financial troubles won't end with just the jewel. However, Okarun insists on helping at any cost. Grandma steps in, suggesting a better solution. She learns that Earth's milk resembles the alien's blood and promises to give him a cow to take back to his planet. Overwhelmed with gratitude, the alien vows to repay their kindness if they ever need his help. He leaves with the cow in his spaceship, and despite seeing the spaceship, Grandma hilariously refuses to believe aliens exist. Okarun thinks, "So this is my baby's first crush? He looks so cool and athletic. If Momo liked him, he must be perfect." But Gigi's clumsy and odd behavior quickly shatters this impression, leaving Momo, Okarun, and Ayara stunned. Seeing Gigi's bizarre antics, Momo suggests that Okarun beat him up, and Okarun jumps at the opportunity to deal with his competition. Grandma warmly welcomes Gigi and tells him he'll be staying with them since his parents are hospitalized. This news shocks Momo, who protests, but her objections break Okarun's heart. Meanwhile, Ayara, convinced that Gigi is an alien helping Momo form a team to take over Earth, vows to stop her and leaves dramatically. Okarun, feeling dejected, decides it's time to leave. Momo, with awkward gestures, tries to say goodbye, but Okarun misinterprets them. As he leaves, he says, "We are travelers of love. See you again someday." Back inside, Momo demands an explanation for Gigi's stay. Grandma explains that his parents are sick, so he'll live with them for now. Gigi's constant compliments melt Grandma, who starts agreeing to everything he says, while Momo wonders how they were even childhood friends. Gigi reveals that he can now see ghosts and shares a story about how his family moved to the mountains. Though the house seemed perfect, he began seeing strange things there. His parents ignored his warnings, but soon their health deteriorated. Desperate, Gigi hired ghost hunters, but 3 out of 5 committed suicide, and the others directed him to Grandma. Hearing this, Momo assures him that Grandma can handle it, but Grandma refuses. She reminds Momo of her power's limitations outside the city and tasks her and Okarun with resolving the issue. Grandma sweetens the deal by promising Momo unlimited uniforms if she destroys the cursed house. The next day, Gigi transfers to Momo's school, where the girls swoon over him and the boys burn with jealousy. Gigi's antics, like flirting with girls and asking for their numbers, don't match the story of his parents being sick. To make matters worse, Gigi tells everyone he's living with Momo, claiming their relationship has been approved by their families. This infuriates Momo, who nearly strangles him. Meanwhile, Ayara announces loudly that Gigi is our Jiju, which only fuels the chaos. Here we see Okarun, Momo, and Gigi asking Grandma for permission to let Hana stay at their home. Meanwhile, Turbo Granny is fast asleep. Grandma asks Okarun why he doesn't take Hana to his house instead, but Okarun refuses, saying, "You're the one who always takes in such strange guests." Momo argues, "We already have a cat, so why not Hana too?" Turbo Granny gets annoyed by this, while Grandma questions Hana's arrangements. We learn that Hana will stay in the chemistry lab during the day and visit her beloved Tora at night. After much convincing, Grandma agrees but warns them to keep things calm and avoid causing disturbances. Grandma then asks about Okarun's bell. Momo quickly covers up, saying it was just a Christmas decoration, while Okarun sulks about his missing treasure. Turbo Granny, however, hilariously mistakes Gigi for a bell and keeps hitting him. Soon, everyone sits down to eat, but Okarun's jealousy flares up as Gigi praises both Momo and Okarun's powers. Remembering Tora's advice about regrets in love, Okarun decides to stop holding back and declares, "I've decided, I'll fight for what I want." Confused, Momo asks, "Fight against whom?" Okarun starts singing his feelings to Momo, and Gigi joins in, creating a strange duet. Momo, clueless about their intentions, finds their behavior ridiculous. Grandma silences them, but Okarun's jealousy intensifies when he learns that Momo plans to visit Gigi's house next week. When Momo invites Okarun to join her, his mood shifts instantly, and he eagerly agrees, determined to solve Gigi's ghost problem as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, at school, a group of kids is playing a ghost summoning game late at night when Tora's voice spooks them. Tora leaps out of the school window to meet Hana but faces a series of accidents, including being hit by a truck. Still, he overcomes all odds and finally reunites with Hana, creating a heartfelt moment that neither Momo nor the audience can relate to. Tora thanks Momo for taking care of Hana and promises to be on time next time. The following day, Momo, Okarun, and Gigi head to Gigi's hometown. During their train ride, they play Old Maid, but Okarun keeps losing, becoming the subject of Momo and Gigi's teasing. Hurt by their laughter, Okarun resolves to focus on finding his bell. However, he accidentally mentions the bell in front of Momo, making her laugh. Gigi uses the moment to further charm Momo, intensifying Okarun's jealousy. To distract himself, Okarun starts discussing aliens with Momo, which catches her interest. But Gigi interrupts, talking about a local legend involving a snake deity. Momo becomes excited about the story, and Okarun tries to redirect the conversation by bringing up kappas, river creatures. This leads to Gigi and Okarun bonding over supernatural topics. Gigi compliments Okarun, saying, "You're really amazing. As a friend, I respect you a lot." Okarun, surprised, asks, "Wait, are we friends?" Gigi replies, "Of course. If you're Momo's friend, you're my friend too." Later, they arrive in Gigi's hometown, a hot spring district. Momo is thrilled, but the locals seem to be watching them strangely. As they climb the stairs to Gigi's house, they feel exhausted but relieved to finally arrive. Gigi asks Momo if she senses anything unusual around his house, but she finds everything normal. Gigi insists that past ghost hunters called the place bad news, and Okarun notices something shiny in the nearby woods but dismisses it when Momo calls him. As they inspect the house, Momo finds nothing unusual. Bored, she turns on the TV, while Gigi and Okarun explore a strange, sealed-off room. Meanwhile, Momo heads to the hot springs but finds herself surrounded by creepy old men who get uncomfortably close. Just as they try to grab her, Okarun and Gigi discover a hidden chamber in the house. Inside, they find a cursed room, sealed with talismans and filled with a dark aura, reminiscent of Jujutsu Kaisen. And with that, Season 1 ends on a thrilling note.